Y'all getting to be like Facebook now. We can't even get a whole 12, 24 hours so we get confirmation on the books. So for the new people that miss, what I say right there, zoom in 22 hours ago to be exact, right? And now the universe has breathed confirmation, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. See, don't be arguing about knowledge, but argue definitively with power. It's the only way you're going to get respect out here from anybody, even the enemy. So, we're going to let you hear a little bit what was yesterday, and then I'm going to show you the confirmation. That all right? So then you don't think I'm crazy.
The wicked has power now to destroy the earth. So to mark the end of their rule, we set the wheel in motion to prevent them from destroying the original seed and the planet. People who seen the wheel. When I lived in Albuquerque, New Mexico in 2010, I seen the wheel, right? Park up about between 65 and 68,000 feet with a black hose roll out from the bottom of it, right? I can spot the wheel pretty much anywhere. I know it's up there. So I know the underworld Lord Muhammad was riding his day, right? On November 17, 1986, a well-trained Japanese pilot seen the wheel. He was flying on a Japanese airline flight 1628 en route from Paris to Alaska, right? The pilot said that it was the size of 2 aircraft carriers. He said the smaller planes came off the bigger planes. Then he described how they fly. He said the things would fly as if there was no such thing as gravity. It sped up, then stopped, flew our speed in our direction. So to us, it appeared to be standing still. The next instant, it changed course. In other words, the flying object had overcome gravity. This is what the Japanese pilot said. He said that they were flying over 600 miles an hour. One of the baby planes was parked in front of them, about 20 feet, matching their speed. Then it'll dart off in front of them and dart back as if it was standing still in front of them, right? So this Japanese pilot...
In the communication of all faiths across the land, you call that Viminas, Merkabah, flying thrones to the Christian. Literally, what is a flying throne? What the hell is that?
I drew pictures of it, of how it looked, right?
Throne in Christianology in Hebrew is Ophanim. And that's one of the 3 powerfulest vehicle angelic, written as the tetrahedron, all kinds of other scientific words.
Right, and he was later on, labeled as a nutcase and put into the crazy house. Neil Armstrong went up and seen it. And he said he heard a humming sound coming from it, right? So astronauts been going up, seeing it up there, right? Ronald Reagan knew that it was up there, right? When he was governor of California, he seen it, okay? Which is why in the 80s, when he became president, he started Star Wars, trying to come up with weapons, trying to come up with a plan to attack the wheel. Ezekiel in the Bible, chapter 1, seen the wheel, seen it in a vision. Right? Ezekiel seen a vision of it, that this wheel was coming. On February 25th, 1942, which is called the Battle of Los Angeles, one of the baby planes hovered over one of their bases.
Right there. Y'all see what looked like starlights? Similar, just last year, they were saying drones everywhere. Similar before that, Jerusalem, there was one. They call it an angel. That was a tetrahedron venom of Merkabah. What was in it? Could have been the same. Angels don't fly that. Angels have wings themselves, you know what I mean? Suits and armors. So when we see stuff like those are vehicles. Don't worry. We got
near Los Angeles, and the government spent 2 hours shooting at it, trying to knock it down, because it couldn't even graze it, right? The government knew nothing about these wheels, but they had heard of a little fella with a 3rd grade education by the name of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Now, When you hear stuff like that, my grandfather didn't have nothing but a second grade education, but he ran an electric company with people who had degrees. Which one is the best? So when you hear stuff like that, it's like going to the doctor and saying colored folk have a different than what is put as the normal, the norm for a certain type of race. That ain't us. Say so in the aspects of thinking, we don't even have to go to school. Y'all had to go to school, study our body, study within us to know what you know today. School ain't shit, like I've always said. It's a program, slavery. So when you go to 9 to 5, it's just like when you was in school. You already trained for that.
Was talking about these wheels. So Franklin D. Roosevelt on May 5th, 1942 issued an executive order for the arrest of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and ordered the FBI to raid all his establishments and confiscate any document and rights that he got about the will, right? So you thinking that Elijah Muhammad's crazy, Elijah Muhammad making stuff up, but the government don't think he making it up, right? Because the president ordered for executive order of Elijah Muhammad to come in and so they can interview him and question him, right, and interrogate him about the will. So it don't matter what you talking about, the government know what it is. And the government know Elijah Muhammad knew what he was talking about, right? In 1952, in January 12th, 1952, baby planes stormed.
This is right there. It was around our capital. That's exactly what that one singular, what they thought was a star. They were looking at a vehicle. One flying throne that's in your Bible. We'll meet the Lord in the air and the flying thrones. And the Father. Literally say that. I ain't making that up. Okay, a Vinima, a Merkabah, tetrahedron. We say today. They all vehicles. They all move like that. Triangle up, triangle down. So, what are they telling you? This is your real life right here. It's not like we in church. Around a campfire telling spook stories. This is reality. This is the part I was waiting for.
I always said there's a good and bad to every faith out here. You should know that by now. I only focus from where I come from. I only look for the good. I see the good in the Muslims. One of Allah's name is Destroyer. Everybody knows that. But do you know what he destroys? Wickedness. That's your book, Revelation, one of the churches where Christ said, I know you hate wickedness, but come back to your first love, my nigga. You killing the good people with the bad, basically. But it never told him he was wicked. As well as Ishmael. Well, he's a prince, but not cursed. God don't speak in parables. If you a cursed nigga, he don't tell you. But if you baraka, you call bless. He would tell you that also. So, the covenant of the two children. Don't be children of the bond woman. Is the punishment. Be children of the grace. Freedom. We're going to sit, but by our words we'll destroy our enemies in the earth. Where did God judge? The mother judge, the same feminine power he left in control where everybody books say the masculine went and rested. That's not sleep. So the two children. Now Grace is getting ready to leave here. All those people that go back to the law. Same as these that speak and see what they call ships, drones. Nope. This is the technology of the Most High. And just as the copier and his children, they copy or tried. They built Project Bluebeam, which proves, I say, stop always saying something is by man, especially when there was no flaws. That definitely is not a man. Satan can't do that. So, when there's no flaws, that's definitely the Most High. And I told you, metallic things. Rarely. But the Most High is solidified in the heavens. But how? Everybody says, go to heaven. How? You know what's up there. What they call them kingdom is ships. It's not really a building. And it said that you can go in and out of the kingdom whenever you want. Neither will the sun ray nor the moon touch you. That's your Psalms 121. While the earth is still going, so that can't be physical you and me. Because they tell us the sun ray hit us at night in our house. Isn't that nice? That's how I know that script is for people in paradise and the resurrected. Because that cannot be for us, because we get hit with the sun and all the radiation. And to top it off, 5 through 8, it literally says, the keeper will keep you from all evil. Now let's just stay basic. Snot boogers in your nose, that's evil. Did you ever hear Christ have a cold? How many times you hear him take a bath? Because when you ain't tainted, you can't stink, you can't sweat. I mean, science tells us sweat comes from what? Pollution. Things you eat. The hell, I'm eating because I'm sweating because I'm eating? I'm hot because of all of this? Yes. Only if we knew the spirit, we could see, like Neo in the Matrix, what this world really is. A projected canvas and screen. That's why it's projected as green and blue. Green screen, blue screen. Whatever you see, that's what it'll be. But does it make it right? That's the difference.
On DC to show their strength and show their might. So the government knows that it's up there. They've been seeing it. They put plenty satellites up to try to monitor it. And like Elijah Muhammad said, when they questioned him, the devil said they know it's up there. They just can't get to it. They just can't get to it. The mother plane maintains a distance of 40 miles above the Earth's atmosphere. The mother plane is capable also of traveling to other galaxies. The mother plane can stay up for long periods of time. Every 6 months to a year, the mother plane comes to the Earth's atmosphere to draw in hydrogen for fuel and oxygen for breathing.
How you think and how you...
Now, my man just told you there are little drones, he called them planes, come out, protect the mothership. Revelation chapter 20, I know, here, YouTube and Facebook, those that been with me should be sick of hearing that verse, but in chapter, but it should go a little something like this, 6 through 9. And after the 1,000-year millennial reign of the saints of the 144,000, which is the whole 1/3 of the Old Testament, resurrected by Revelation chapter 7, 12 tribes. You know, Dan ain't there. A couple tribes got kicked out, got replaced with Ephraim and Manasseh, yeah? So, when we in Revelation 26, it says that after the millennial reign of Christ, monkey nigga Jupiter, aka Zeus, you say Satan, but Purge, Aman, is where that Satan name seat sits. And that's identified by the Egyptians and the Kemet. But Egypt is a, young earth adult word. They're not old enough to know the real actual originality. I mean, so we got flying things, both in mythology, Sumerian tablets, the scriptures. Why I say it like that, the Quran, is because let everything that have breath praise God. Not only that, but not nothing was made with that same breath, or your book will translate word. John 1:1, yes. And then the John, they speak. I know he was an angel. Remember I told you them Greek niggas is angels. Those are Gentiles on the other side of the ice wall. I'm sorry, you know it like Galatians, Corinthians, Patmos, Nazareth, but not spelled how the church spelled it. It's like Nazi. I'm saying. And so you gotta look at it in the way they spell Yeshua. That's them folks right there. That's in your basic genealogy of the Christ, though, because there's not 2 Jacobs. There ain't no 2 Josephs. Who the hell is these people? I mean, where they come from? All right, we already went over Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and the 12, and all that. What we do know, where the hell these new niggas come from? They slid them in there like they did Cain people. I mean, you gotta be wise in what you read it. And so that right there, when you see the two names, you're like, wait a minute, did I already read Jacob? Did I already read this name already? Then they play with you. I'm trying to remember the name. Joseph Daddy, he named something in Matthew, and then he named something else. It's the same nigga, all right? But that other name, it reveals a lot. You know what I'm saying? So you be like, oh, that's these niggas on the other side of the ice wall. Or Asia, we'll say. Asia Major, Asia Minor. You know Asia Major. On the other side of the ice wall, you lack to know Asia Minor. That's all in scriptures to prove to you I know what I'm talking about. So, and all of these things, my point is that the breath made mythology. The breath made Zeus book. The breath or the word made all of these things. That's why it's true. That's why you can see snake niggas and serpent people, half dragons, and all this monkey crap that they be talking about. And yet, they don't believe in the true source and power flying around in the venom of thrones like Christ on the cross from Michelangelo and all them old niggas had in the background. You thought it was flying saucers, but I clearly see a man looking like a comet. Look like a comet into me. He's inside of it, driving it like it's a spaceship. I showed y'all of it. And definitely when the resurrection of the full solar eclipse, which that's where every angel is bowing down, praising the Most High. That's why we don't see no light in the sky. Actually, I don't call it a full solar eclipse, but I have to talk like that so you people can understand what I'm saying. So now let's show you the proof of what that man just said, right? Now, Kali Mayat Amun-Ra. They might call it Amun-Ra. But that right there. See it? That name right there? Purge Amun. That's exactly how it's spelled. Some cases they want to hide it. They'll change the N to an M. Pergamum. But it's about the mother. And what the book called. When I quote script for, Hooked on Phonics people for a book, I walk in faith by sight, substance of the ether, which is the breath and the mind of the true source, right? The mind is the great father. The breath is the great mother. Okay, so when you read in your script, Father, F is always to blow, scatter, right? A trumpet is blowing, but that's the word of God. No angel can speak that, because that's us. No angel can give a soul. That's the monkey problem with the dude that's trying to play God. So, Kali is black, basically like saying Ham, Cam, or the ether. Mayat is the spirit of truth and justice. Your John chapter 4:24 is why you should not blaspheme your faith. The rest is put it. Proverbs chapter 9 tells you the mother hewn down the 7 pillars. She's the one who slapped the mark of the beast and laid his ass on the table and told her children, eat. What you call the Passover, some Christians will call it the Last Supper. I don't know how they got that, but it's always been called the Passover, our language, Pekah. So, let's look up though. That's them same spaceships my man was just talking about here.
They're left on the screen first. That's all I want you to look. Look at how they're traveling.
Let's rewind that a little bit. Play. Pause. Y'all see that? That's a hell of a light streak. Alright? So, we got ships. Merkabahs, Viminas for the Asian and the Indian, the Taoist, the Buddha, right? And then we got Merkabah for the Hebrew, Aramaic, Christian, some that are wise in the spirit, so on of the faith, right? Tetrahedrons, or rest of y'all identified as unidentified flying object, because you're telling the truth. You don't know what you're looking at. But for us, it's IFO, identifying the flying objects. But who will believe us? Only those that walk by the shepherd's great mother's mouth.
Yo, look at the two at the top trailing and shit.
Those are stars, y'all. Comet don't do that. Comet has a tail. It ain't that damn long. Definitely ain't meteorites, because those are rocks. That's the breath of God. Swooping in, judging, checking, healing, spirit, mad stuff. They just mesmerized about what they seeing, but why are they here? That's the question.
Hey, hold up, yo. Let me start this over. I wanna show y'all something. I want y'all to look at something. Y'all ain't peeping. Peep the two at the top. Look at the ones at the top. That's moving. Yo, this shit is crazy. Yo, this shit is crazy. Oh, the fuck up. Y'all do know that's traveling horizontal.
Right? Y'all see yellow already? I like what he's getting ready to say. It can't be space debris. It would be falling vertical down or it would go up. This has destinations.
Right? If it's debris, it should be traveling vertically. Why the fuck is that horizontal? That shit look like it got a destination. I never knew trash or junk, space junk, actually had a destination.
Hey man, they twinkling even like the stars, brothers and sisters. That let you know that they speaking. Let me zoom in a little bit, man. It making the cross or the T sound for salvation. Let me show you what I mean. Remember the chart? See? That's the style. Look at it again. The tile. Then you go Yud, He, Va, Hey, Yahuwah. That's why you should study the chart that we give you. Once the Spirit give it to you, you can see it in many ways.
I never knew that. I thought it was just supposed to come straight down. Huh? Oh my goodness, man. Yo, the more, let me just say this to y'all, and I'm not trying to be smart. The more I sit there and the things that are unfolding, it kind of like, I'm not going to say it shocks me. I'm not going to say like I feel like.
Now, when we saw the tetrahedron of the name, that was extra. I didn't plan for that, brothers and sisters. I just happened to see that along that pause. Now I'm trying to look at it as it's flowing in motion.
Nervous or anything like that. It feels like,
now it making
wow, Kalai, you've
E,
been saying this
or the W,
talking about this
the
right
shin,
here.
the shine.
Not there's a war in the heavens. There's
shining.
a war between insectoids and grasshoppers and the moths and all that other shit. None of that. None of that. The earth went around. You know what I'm saying? We were here in America before Christopher Columbus. Like, none of that bull crap. I don't have time. We need to learn the laws.
Let me get my time.
Tax laws. We need to learn criminal law. We need to learn Black history. Yo, we need to get.
Whoops, y'all. I hit the wrong button.
Really enjoyed about my character.
Yeah, the Carlton dance.
Oh, the dance. I mean, I've heard a lot of people say that, but I mean,
Lord have mercy. Let me hurry up and get the hell off cable, boy, before they try to say I was solicited. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I was moving so fast. I'm saying nobody would mind watching the Carlton dance. Not when you a platformer hated, boy. They gonna hit me talking about I'm soliciting, and that is not. I'm a free nigga. Everything I do is free. How am I soliciting? I never understood that, folks. I never understood that. Let me fast forward back to where we were. You know what I mean?
Activity. Look at the one right here. Look at the one.
Pause. Yeah, you know your boy. If you caught the message last night, it's like I gotta test my own self. It's like, hold on, man. I see the shin. I see the shining. Not the movie. I see the goddamn girl Mark. I gotta make sure I ain't bugging, bruh. You know, stuff hit my mind. My elephant memory, man. And pull out data like, you seen this before? What is this? What is this? All right, check that out. Bow, bow. Bow, bow. Let me show you the mark I'm talking about, though. Right there. You see that? Wait. Right there. Right there. See that? And turn it sideways. That's that same god doggone. Hold on. See it? See it on TV? See? Okay. All right. Now, so it don't be blurry. Right here where it say S. See the shin mark? Look at the mark, not the letter. And I turn it sideways. That's what you're looking at. See? It means word, bright, or shining, change. Let me show you where I get it from. You'll think I'm making up something. Wait, where's my chart? Where's my chart? Where's the original? There we go. Bow. Sharp press to eat and shine. It's not shin, it's shine. Let me back my phone up, that's why. The third, right there, see? And then I turn it sideways. See the screen? See the screen? Now see the symbol. Right there. See it? Side by side. There you go. And they are shining, ain't they? Just to show you that it's not magic. It's the actual breath of God telling spaceships or angel lights, whatever they got to do with their destination. That's all I'm proving, you know? Now tell them magical abracadabra lying ass niggas to prove what they say. They can't, because they can't go against the breath of power.
Over to the right, at the far right at the top. Right up at the top, the left out the screen first. That's all I want you to look. Look at how they're traveling. I told you, man, the more this stuff unfolds, the more I'm telling you, people gonna sit there and say, you're gonna realize that a lot of people that you encounter with, a lot of people that you talk to, a lot of people that you have spoken down to, a lot of people that you have talked about, a lot of people that you have frowned your face up to. We different. I'm telling you, we different. Y'all treated us real dirty. Not just the complex self. Family members, friends, people that we call friends, people that we call family members. We came from the same tree. We genuinely cared about you, even in our sleep and slumber. And you talked about us and you looked down upon us because we didn't achieve the worldly successes that you achieved, or your counterparts or your friends and other ones that you perceive that are successful. We didn't achieve those goals because we had something different in our heart. So I tell my brothers and sisters, don't feel bad that you didn't like the school system. Don't feel bad that you felt it was weird about certain holidays, or you felt different around your family members at certain times, or you couldn't fit into certain crowds, and you thought something was wrong with you. You wasn't built to fit the fuck in. This is what I'm telling you. I had to learn this. You were not built to fit the fuck in. This world is not.
Be in the world, not of it. You are my children. You do the things that I do. You're saying the same thing, lower level. We were saying words. Back to what he was saying, what you think is spoken. If I'm not feeling nice, I'm not saying nothing nice. Even when I'm saying nice words, will make other people say, "What's wrong with you today?" Because it's how I'm feeling. So how are you going to look at someone and say they cursed you? A curse is voodoo. So if they sent the spirit to attack you, I could agree with that. But fuck you, it's fuck you. All right? Christ said, fuck them snake niggas. They just translated generation of vipers and snakes. When he was turning them tables over, they say God don't do nothing bad. Turning the table over, calling niggas names. Oh, you missed that, huh?
Big enough for you. This world is smaller than a grain of sand beneath your fucking feet. This world is smaller than a grain of sand beneath your feet. This is why your soul fought against it. Even though you didn't even know why you was against half of the things.
Why you bullshitting? This a new mystery. God smacked me in my face in a good way off of what I just said. He said he was enacting what Moses did when he smashed the damn tablets on the floor and broke them on the mountain because of what Israel did. He said this is a house of prayer. What the fuck are y'all doing selling, hooking, thieving in my daddy's house? But I thought it was just a building. Take your shoes off. You're on holy ground, whether you can see it or not. I can back up what we speak, God, moved by the Spirit. Let's get it.
Thought something was literally wrong with you. No, it's nothing wrong with you. You did not come here to be a slave. You came here to be a part of the change and the fucking rebuild. And don't you forget that. Pause. Looks familiar? Looks familiar? Looks familiar? Looks familiar? Huh? Looks familiar?
Didn't Yashiala just say that? See, I didn't see the whole thing, dude. I would have been like, bro, just keep watching. Just keep watching. So we both like, oh, look at this thing. Damn, we damn near got the same laugh. Great minds always aligned. And I always tell y'all that. That's why the algorithm brought you here. We're not moved by numbers. We're going to be the numbers that move numbers. You understand? That's why it's so small. I love it. I don't like big numbers.
You see that gold and black? That was the honeybee. That's why Bumblebee was in that scene. Paul, did you see the honeybee? And did you see a man and a woman? The separation coming together. Did you see the hands? They carved that on the pyramids. The hands coming together. We coming back, uniting, back as a whole. Huh? And did you see the yellow with the black honeybees? What are you talking about? Huh? Did you see it? Collage giving it to you. They gave it to you right in your face. You see it, they gave it to you right in your face, but they gave it to you as a complex sale, and you ignored it. You thought it was entertainment. This is real. It is happening right before your fucking eyes right now. What's wrong with y'all? You were never built to be a slave. This is our home, one of many. I value, I appreciate you, my brothers and sisters. Abundance and gratitude to you. The change is here. Oh, what happened? What happened?
Thanks for coming out to HSE-TV Entertainment, man. It's a reason for madness of my method. Because if you can still see the spirit, power moving and working in the vessel, that's inside of me. And that is me. Then what does that say about those that have millions of followers, millions of views every day, all day, 20 years? They lying. That's why I like small numbers. Christ walked with 20 possible people. 6 of them was women that ministered to him. Now time have it ever said a man ministered. But you get mad when they say women are smarter than you. Wow. Perhaps you don't know the man you are. It's too focused on the masculine, but you are feminine. The womb, banned. They banned the womb. Not woman, it's the womb band. The band that holds all life, you call the zodiac. How you miss your holy mother? Run that back, rewind. The band, the womb band. is basically the zodiac in the form of a masculine called Melchizedek. Wrong. Maleki, kingdom, zodiac, life. I'm BC the Tishbite, BC the Ivet group. Abraham saw the kingdom, same Revelation 7. That was the elder that told John. These are the ones that's coming out the Great Tribulation, talking about Hashawa'ana. But you would say Hosanna, not knowing the speech. Hashawa'ana is salvation's love. The great mother and the son that you see sit on the lap. The Revelation chapter 12, you read. Everything is cosmology because the breath mediates for us, not a body. Peace.